Hi there everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Prestige Liquids. My name is Andrew, and as always it is fantastic to have you here with me on another whiskey review video. Now in today's video I'm going to be reviewing another Australian whiskey, and this one again comes from New South Wales, my home state. So yeah, let's represent the mainland whiskey producers, and let's see what I have for you today. So in today's video I have for you the Riverbourne Distillery. And this particular bottling is called the Riverbourne Identity. Now, some of you movie buffs may notice a certain reference in there. Now, the Riverbourne Distillery was founded in 2015. As I mentioned, it's a New South Wales distillery from a town called Gingera. The head distiller and owner, his name is Martin Pye. Now, one of the awesome things about this particular distillery, now where they are located is kind of like a slight mountainous area, and they have, say, naturally sourced spring water that they are able to use, say, for making their whiskey, which is absolutely fantastic. Now, a little bit more information. Now, this particular bottling has been matured in 250 liters and 125 liter French oak barrels, which previously held red wine in them from the Napa Valley in California. So yeah, those barrels have had a bit of a trip. They've made their way over from the States and come back. They've come over to Australia. And now are being used for aging whiskey. Now, these particular barrels have been re-scraped, recharred, recoopered, and one of the other awesome things about this is that they have used Virgin American oak ends and used those on the heads of the barrels. So that's one thing that I found really cool. Now, and again, another awesome thing for me is that this has been bottled in what I would usually say is my sweet spot for ABV range. This has been bottled at 48% ABV, and as I just mentioned, for me that is generally a fantastic sweet spot for ABV. So let's get on to the review. I'm really excited about this, and yeah, let's see what we get. So here we go. There we go, that should do. Just put this cap back on. We don't want any spillage. Alright, so we've got this nice, slightly reddish, so yeah, like a yellowy red color. It's very nice. Very beautiful, almost verging on, say, like a coppery color. Alright. Let's see what we get from the, oh wow. Let's see what we get for the nose. It's straight away, it's very fruit dominant on the nose. I'm getting a lot of apple, pear, honey comes through. Some slight like barrel notes are coming through. I don't know what type of wine these barrels previously held, but you can definitely notice that that wine influence. Touch of barrel char coming through. There's a slight earthy note that I'm getting as well. Now, this particular release is unpeated. They do have a peated version, which I will be covering later. But that earthiness that I'm getting is somewhat similar to a very faint peat note. I think that's probably the easiest way for me to describe that. Again, I love this note. It's that, and you typically only get it with, say, peated whiskies, and that's that scent of rain hitting hot concrete. Certain grain and cereal notes coming through. This is it's a very interesting nose. It just keeps building. It is really good. That again, that 48% ABV, it doesn't really attack your senses in any way. There is a slight hint of those spirit vapors that come through, but again, that all adds to the flavor. This is really, really good. All right, let's see what we get for the palate. Cheers, guys. Nice short to medium mouthfeel that starts off very soft and then it just builds and builds. It's funny, it starts off cold, but then it gets this heat as it progresses through. As the alcohol kind of evaporates, you get this heat, that barrel spice that comes through. There's some very light peppery notes on the glass. There's some slight legs on the glass there. It's not very oily, but there's definitely some leg work coming down on the glass, which is quite nice. Okay, I'm getting a slight hint of tobacco notes, leather, which is funny that didn't really come up on the nose, but it's definitely coming through on the palate. Those apples and pears, those very light orchid, those light orchard fruits are definitely coming through. Those vanillas, honeys. Again, that malty cereal note is definitely coming through. It's kind of like your morning bowl of cornflakes. It's kind of got like a palate you can chew on. It just keeps bringing out more and more flavors. This is absolutely incredible. Again, the mouthfeel, as you kind of sip a little bit more of this, you will notice that the mouthfeel, it's quite syrupy. It's very smooth and syrupy. It's got kind of a certain thickness to it, which then really spreads out and blends across your tongue. It's really, really nice. Again, and the finish, coming along to the finish now, again, is very, very pleasant. Again, the finish is more, how would you describe it? I guess it has those more malty cereal notes coming through on the finish that then follows through with those kind of sweet, sugary fruit notes. There's a slight hint of honey and vanilla that comes through, but not that much, which I quite enjoy about that. Like I said in previous reviews, lately I've been getting a lot of honey and vanilla notes, and I'm just wanting something a bit different. I'm kind of getting a bit tired of those flavors. So this for me is adding a bit of diversity to what I've been trying recently, which is really, really nice. Wow. Now, as part of, say, full disclosure goes, Martin ever so generously sent me these samples. By doing so, though, I did tell him that I would only give my full and honest opinion on his product without having any outsider bias or any outsider opinions. And he still generously sent me these samples. Mate, Martin, thank you so much, mate. This is an absolutely incredible whiskey. And just a perfect example of what we can do. So by we, I mean Australian distilleries. And mate, you're just a perfect example of what's coming out of New South Wales at the moment. This is absolutely incredible, and I cannot wait to try the other two samples that you've sent me, and I'm sure that I'm really going to enjoy this. So again, Martin, thank you very much. And guys, if you're a returning subscriber, thank you for joining me along my journey so far. If you're new to the channel, then please consider hitting that bell notification and the subscription button so that you can stay up to date with all future content. So again, thank you very much, and I'll see you all again on the next video. Kippis.